Hey guys, Brian here, bringing you a recap for the Microsoft Live press conference that just happened, recapping what games are going to be coming out for the 360, for the Xbox One, and why you should be excited for the Xbox One, because Microsoft blew it out of the water, showed off a massive amount of games, and also revealed the date and price for the release of the Xbox One. We'll start off right there, probably the most important detail about this console. Now, a little bit unsure of the exact date, but November is going to be the timeline of when this is going to be released, the Xbox One that is. And the price is going to be $499, so an expensive price indeed, but still something to keep in mind because they are showing off a lot of games, a lot of exclusives as well. And we'll start off with how they started off the show. That's with Metal Gear Solid 5, as Hideo Kojima came out with Don Matrick. They talked a little bit about their partnership on this game. It's going to be coming out on the PS4 as well, but the game looks absolutely beautiful. And I'm extremely excited to see how this game's going to play out. A little bit of a cheesy trailer there, but still something that really started off the show with that bang and pizzazz you really want to see out of a conference such as this. They followed that up with a redesign for the Xbox 360, and it's very similar to what the Xbox One is going to look like. It is available today, so if you want that new 360, you can go down to your store, pick it up right away. It looks pretty good, and they followed this up with a couple more things in regards to Xbox 360, trying to get that out of the way early on. There's going to be an Xbox Live new feature similar to PlayStation Plus, where we'll be able to get 2 free games every month, and they're starting that off with Assassin's Creed 2 and Halo 3 to start that off, which not as good as PlayStation Plus games we've seen in the past, but they're kind of following that footsteps, which is good to see them do that, and giving you incentive as a gamer to pick up Xbox Live. And on top of that too, they also showed off new games for the Xbox 360, World of Tanks being one of them. It's going to be an Xbox 360 exclusive on consoles at least, and looks interesting. Not necessarily my cup of tea. A couple of, there was an indie title that they showed off as well, and a Dark Souls 2 trailer, another game that'll be coming out in 2014, but for the 360 and the PS3. Maybe next-gen console, I haven't really said that yet, but those were the Xbox 360 news. Moving on to what we all want to know, what we all want to hear, the Xbox One content. And starting that off, they showed off Rise, which is a third-person Roman combat game where you're going to have Kinect capabilities of it, but it's mainly an actual controller game. They showed this off earlier on where it was kind of named off as an Xbox One title, or sorry, a 360 title that was going to be playing around with the Kinect. They've now moved it to Xbox One, a launch title too. It looks really cool. Using quick time events was the little iffy thing on it, but the actual combat looks awesome. I really want a Roman game. You know, we have God of War on the PS3, but not necessarily the same type of title. This is you with your foot soldiers, and you're essentially storming the gates in one time, and they're shooting down arrows in this demo, and you're commanding your fellow soldiers to use the classic technique of using the shields to block off the attacks. I was super excited watching that, and the actual combat looked really cool too. That'll be, like I said, a launch title for the Xbox One. Killer Instinct as well, a big title from Rare in the past, is going to be coming to Xbox One as well, and no real release date on that, but an interesting game there that I know lots of people are excited for. Now here's the first stab in Sony's back, is Insomniac Games, who've been making Ratchet & Clank, Spyro, Resistance, great titles for the PS3, have switched allegiances. Ted Price came out, showed off a new game called Sunset Overdrive, which is an open world game, kind of has that very classic weapons and style that you've seen from previous Insomniac games, very cartoony, but dealing with these certain monsters. Not necessarily sure what the exact premise of that's going to be, but it's going to be an open world game, lots of ways to tackle this, and kind of talk about it being that you go out into the world and deal with it the way you want. Go check out that trailer. It should be available on plenty of platforms on YouTube as is right now, but looks really neat. And another exclusive title to Xbox One. They followed that up with a Forza 5 trailer and a new feature for Forza 5 called Drivatar, which is a bit of a funny name indeed, but showing off kind of the abilities that you will race a certain way. The cloud will read the way that you race and use that to actually compute in the game to create certain drive styles that are going to go against you. And I thought that was really cool because, you know, if I like to cut in on those corners, they're going to try and block me, that being the CPU. So it'll be interesting to see how the AI works with that. And the game looks really nice. It looks really good, you know, car porn. They're great ways to show off the quality of a next-gen title. And it just kept on rolling from here. Minecraft coming to Xbox One, kind of a smaller announcement, and D4, a trailer for that game, not really knowing that much about it, but it's from Swery65. He's a very famous director of games, and it'll be interesting to see where this one goes, and kind of a unique title to say the least they're showing off there. The probably even more so unique title they showed off is called Project Spark, which is the Xbox One game coming out. It looks really interesting as you're able to create your own worlds, create your own type of games, kind of that air of Little Big Planet, but using the ability to really create your own types of styles of adventures and stuff like that. I can't really explain this one that much. You need to go check out that trailer as well, because it's very unique, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see what this one is about, but Project Spark going to be an Xbox One exclusive to boot as well. As they showed off DVR capabilities, they'll let you record your own gameplay. They showed this off in a Killer Instinct demo, as the players that were playing were able to record the gameplay that happened, upload it, and even better, they showed off the Twitch capabilities of the Xbox One as well. So you know how PS4 is going to have Ustream? Well, Xbox One's going to have Twitch, so they one-up them there as well, and MS points, they're gone. You're going to be able to use your regular money now. It's going to be currency from whichever country you're from, so that's going to be at least a nice thing, because I don't like Microsoft points. They really confuse me. What's $20? What's, you know, I don't know. It's points. I don't understand it. So that's nice to see that they're getting rid of that. They showed off a Panzer Dragoon trailer, or Panzer Dragoon trailer, and this is continuing on kind of like as a spiritual successor to the Xbox game that came out moons and moons ago. And no volume on this trailer. There's a little bit of technical difficulty there, but it looked interesting. And then finally, for that page of paper at least, Dead Rising 3, an Xbox One exclusive created by Capcom, but going to be published by Microsoft as well. And this game looks very different than the previous Dead Risings, less cartoony style, still can create your own weapons. But the thing that I really took away from the trailer that they showed off is hundreds and hundreds of zombies, you know, just spreading the environment, and the idea that this game is going to be really bringing that, like, you are against the odds, you are fighting, like, just waves and waves of zombies, which you've yet to see in video games, and I'm very excited to see kind of them being able to render all these, you know, bodies on the screen, which we, again, are going to see more and more of in future console exclusives and future games coming out for the next generation. But first real glimpse at massive amount of zombies. You have to go see that trailer as well. It's very unique because they showed off you trying to escape from these zombies, and he was standing on the roof at one point, and there was zombies everywhere. There's zombies all over the place. I didn't really like the protagonist that they're showing off there, but still looks really neat, and kind of continuing on with the fact that this is another one Xbox exclusive, so Xbox One getting their exclusives in and making it very, very hard if you're a gamer to not take notice in regards to that. After that, they brought out The Witcher 3, which is a game I'm very excited for. Going to be coming out for all consoles, and also for the PC, that being next-gen consoles. But a great trailer for that one there. And Battlefield 4 came out too with its own little gameplay. And again, volume trouble. They weren't able to get this going. It was very awkward for about a minute or two. They were just standing around hoping for the volume to come on, but it looked very solid. And the first exclusive content for Battlefield on the Xbox consoles, as Xbox One's going to have a timed exclusive for the first DLC for Battlefield 4. They showed off a trailer as well for Below, which is an indie title. They didn't really delve into it too much. And after that, they also showed off a trailer, very short, not really talking about it too much either, for Black Tusk, and they are the developers in Vancouver that Microsoft owns, and it looks really cool, but we don't really know that much about it either. There was also a Halo trailer. This one was kind of trying to throw you off the tracks, as they had Master Chief in a cloak walking around in the desert, and there was this massive robot that was emerging from the sand, and then he takes off his cloak, and then, you know, the Halo symbol comes up. Not too much going on there. They'll obviously show us more of that in the future, but kind of giving us an idea, yes, Halo is coming to Xbox One as well. And wrapping up the show, like I said, $499, £429 for you guys in the UK, and I believe it was 499 euros as well for everybody else in Europe. And the final thing that they showed off was Titanfall, another Xbox One exclusive from Respawn Entertainment. They're the developers from Infinity Ward, or at least the two main heads there, moved over to Respawn Entertainment. Vincent Zampella showing off the game. And this one's going to be really multiplayer centric, and at the same time too, using this futuristic kind of perspective where you are going to be fighting with mechs along your side and against them, and there's lots of jetpack action going on there. It looks really cool. It looks like a Call of Duty game in some aspects, but yes, it does look fantastic. And this is probably one of those ones that people are going to get very excited for. And yeah, like I said, another exclusive. So, I mean, Xbox One, I think, and Microsoft really hit it out of the park for this conference. I can't wait to see what Sony are going to bring tonight. We'll have reactions from myself, along with a bunch of other people too, as we'll have a full run here to discuss what Sony does in their conference. But until then, I think that Microsoft did a great job in this conference. Very excited to see what they've got on the show floor. And yeah, for more, stay tuned, as we'll have EA and Ubisoft coverage as well.